I don't want to. I don't think I'm going to. I've taken over her wardrobe. She's not happy.
Have you got more clothes than her?
Yeah. Right, leather trousers is just a bit sort of Saturday night-ish. I can't wear leather trousers. Right, back to the other dressing room. I've lost one of my best pair of trousers. I've got to have a certain degree of smartness because there's going to be quite a few people there. So. To be honest, I'm really at that stage at the moment, going through that grungy stage where I just don't want to put a shirt and tie on and just want to go out looking a mess.
It's quite a Germanic look.
Oh, it's not nice enough. No, let's go. Do you know, this don't feel like my coat.
He was doing a bit of training at Arsenal, was doing a bit of training at Tottenham. West Ham is the team nearest to him were trying to get him. So in that kind of competition, there's very seldom a boy will leave London, unless, like David, he was a United supporter.
I can count on one hand the games I've missed, but this particular game I've missed against Redbridge, one district game. I wasn't there, Sandra was there. Sandra said, "You look like you enjoyed that." And he went, "Yeah, it was a good game, Mum." She said, "Well, lucky you played well." So I said, "Why's that?" He said, "Well," Sandra said, "the Man United scout has approached us and wants you to go up to Manchester for trials." And she said that he literally jumped 10 foot in the air and said, "That's what I want," and just started crying.
He just broke down. Was just absolutely broke down. He just didn't know what to do. You know, the tears was, well, I couldn't believe it. Because he always used to say, "Oh, I don't think Man United are going to find me down here. You know, they don't come down here to look." I remember the day leaving him up there. It was awful. I think I cried all the way home from Manchester. I turned back and saw him at the door, you know, with the other lady who's, at the time, the digs he was in. And he used to ring every night. I could tell by his voice. I could always tell if he was a bit down or, you know, a bit upset. But to be fair, he struggled through it.
It was weird because, you know, you come up from somewhere like London and you just step into Coronation Street. You know, that's how I used to look at it when I first moved up to Manchester. It's a daunting feeling that when you're 16 years old and when you're leaving home, coming up to a strange place which I didn't know anything about, but just knew I had a good feeling about it. I used to live on Lower Broughton Road in Salford with Annie Kay and Tommy Kay, and they was like my mum and dad, you know, my next mum and dad, up in Manchester.
So this was his room?
This is his room. Yeah, this is his room.
What do you remember most of the good times with David?
When he was on a high, when he was going somewhere special for his playing and for going out to play a match, he was always on top form when he was going out to play a match. He loved it. He really did love it. Still a bottle of champagne. I've not got my glasses on. Oh, it's a cut one.
It's a nice bottle of Chateau Trafford.
And that's all his money as well. And it's all coppers and it's all in bags. He used to take his money out as coppers and he didn't have it in his pockets. And he put it in bags and it's there still. So I'm saving that for him, in case he needs it.
Myself and Mark Hughes, I can always remember in West Ham's dressing room, we had an away game, and this little skinny lad, who was about 12, 13-year-old, came into the dressing room with his father, and Alex Ferguson was introducing him to all the first team staff. I can remember that was the first time he came in, but then every London game we more or less went to, this little blonde-haired kid was in the dressing room again. And so the next season, when we were at West Ham again, I can always remember talking to Mark Hughes, and Dave Beckham came in again, and this time he was a little bit taller, a little bit broader, and me and Sparky both turned around to each other and said, this kid must be a player.
First met him when I was about 14, 15. And, you know, it's difficult for a young Cockney lad to come up to Manchester and be accepted in the same way that, you know, there are a lot of the local lads, and we're still together now, you know, already good friends, played together a long time, and then you have this outsider, if you like, coming in from London, and there was a lad from Ireland and there's a lad from Wales, and these people are a threat to you because they're, you know, they're new, they're talented, and he probably wasn't accepted totally into the group until he was probably full-time, 16 or 17. I started probably becoming friendly with him when I was about 17, and we are completely different characters in the sense that I don't know how we actually became friends.
I didn't think that he was anything special, really, until a bit later on. You know, maybe when he was about 18 or 19, it was constant, you know. Different people wanted interviews, wanted to photograph him, and can we come in the house and photograph his bedroom and all things like this. And he always practiced his autograph, his name. Oh yeah. Mind you, they all do that. All the footballers do that. Practice their autograph for when they get famous.
Right, Pete, you a good boy? You getting in the cornflakes? You can't. You can't have that. What are you man? He's never been one of these dads that's been pushy, you know, that shouts and hollers and swears at me on the side of the pitch. You know, if he's got something to say, he'll say it to me in the car on the way home. And he'll make me cry on the way home, instead of in front of everyone. But no, we've got that respect for each other, I think. Yeah.
Can he still make you cry on the way home?
No. Because whatever he gives to me, I give it back.
Got to put some makeup on.
But my dad would always, even if I had a great game, my dad would tell me. But mediocre games, he sort of criticises me. He's one of my biggest critics.
Well, it may be 1-1, but United territorially are well on top here. David Beckham. Oh, what a brilliant goal!
I look at David now and I see lots of things what we did. I mean, if you look at his close control and his killing of a ball, you could see what we practiced when he was younger. I mean, we spent hours with his crossing over the park.
Now listen, I'm just telling you, make sure you celebrate, right? Because these are special moments.
And I'd get him corners, and I'd stand on the centre spot and say, right, hit me. And he would do it all the time. And I mean, he used to get fed up. He used to get really sort of angry with me, but he would still do it. Take a bit of credit myself. We always talked about his game whenever he played, and he used to say, you know, how do you think I done, Dad? And I used to say, you done well, boy. If he had a good game, I used to say to him, you done well, boy, but what about that little ball you should have perhaps played inside or chipped it down the wing? You see the player that was in space, why didn't you do that? And he'd say, well, I couldn't see him, but I say, well, that's what I'm saying about getting your head up looking, and that's what I say about your control. And just go quiet and say, yeah, Dad, you was right, perhaps I should have played it. But if you give him, say, how good you were, oh, you was great, what has he got to go for?
Sometimes I think about it at nights and just think sort of how proud he must be. Not that I'm being big-headed, but, you know, for a dad to sort of, as I said, to support a team and go watch a team and all their life, and then their son sort of grow up to play for that team and win European Cups for that team. It's something that any dad would love.